everybody, it's Spring with Soaps and Suds and such, and what am I doing today? Well, today I'm making deviled eggs, and I've got a load of eggs in here. I'm not sure even how many. So the way I'm going to be doing this is I will keep up with the ingredients that I put in there, but I always do it by taste. And then I'm going to be piping my insides, and I'll bring you back once I get all of these, the hull off of them, the shell. I'm going to get them shelled, get them cut, and then right over here in my KitchenAid is where I will put the inside of the egg, the yolk, and then I'll have the white laid out on my container, which is over here drying. And where I had it put up in the cabinet, I like to make sure that, you know, there's no dust or anything that's gathered on there, because I don't use them that often. This is for a dinner. And I'll bring you back once I get all of these eggs cut and the yolks put in here and get ready to go forward. Okay, I've got them all hulled, and there's you know, two ways that I either cut mine. I either cut them like taking the egg and cut it in half, but I normally, instead of cutting them straight in half, I like to come right down like this right here and do it that way. And then I scoop the inside out, put it in there, and lay my whites to the side. So I'm going to get all that scooped out of these, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got them all cut here, if you can see, and I don't worry about what little bit of yellow's in there, because that's just egg. It's not going to hurt anything. I had 31 eggs in all total, but I'm not going to use these whites because of breaking, and plus I need a little extra yellow. So this is 3.5 eggs, and my daughter will eat those. She likes them salted and just eat the whites. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you over here, and in here I've got my yellows, if you can see. That's the yolk, the inside of my eggs. And trying to get that where you can see. I'm going to get ready and start blending that. And I have got this in my KitchenAid. I like to use a mixer of some sort, so I use my KitchenAid. But if you don't have a KitchenAid, and you don't have to have a mixer at all, you can do it by hand, but I like mine really creamy because I'm going to be piping it, and if I pipe it, then I need it really creamy. Okay, I'm going to be getting some of the ingredients ready, and I will put this recipe, once I figure out exactly what I want in it by taste, on the in the description box of the YouTube video. So I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, in here I've got almost completely a whole cup of mayonnaise. I mean, it's real close. And you don't have to put mayonnaise if you don't want to. You could just use mustard, because I'm going to use mustard also. But I like using mayonnaise in it, as long as, now, I've got certain people in my family will not eat mayonnaise. My brother and my mom will not touch it. But then I have a load of people that love mayonnaise, so I like to use it because it makes your deviled eggs really creamy, and therefore it pipes really good. Okay, I'm going to get all that I can out of there. Scrape that off like so. I've got to get my mixer thing down there. Put that in there. I'm going to hook this on right here like so. Okay, I'm going to put that down in there. I'm going to cut that on. Okay, and I'm gonna get me some mustard ready, and we'll start out with like a half a cup of mustard. Okay, now I'm going to put in a half a cup of mustard. And that was just regular mustard. Scrape my sides, and then we will get ready. Whoops, trying to go off the side there. I'm trying to get that off. We'll get ready and add some pickle juice. You can use vinegar. You could use like the red wine vinegar, one of the herbal based vinegars that's been infused, herbal, but I'm using just pickle juice. Okay, first I'm going to add some salt, and I'm using kosher salt. I like kosher salt. Using about that much to begin with, just to see, because kosher tends to give a lot of flavor, so I don't want to overdo it. And then I'm going to use some black pepper. About that much black pepper. Okay, and I sent my husband for some, as you can see, kosher. These are baby Dills. It doesn't matter. This time I want to use pickle juice. So I'm going to take and use about, to start with, just trying to get it out here without making too big of a mess. About a tablespoon. Now let's smear that around in there, like so, and I spilt just a little bit of that juice, so I need to get that up. And we may have to add more, like I said, we may have to add more of any of it, but I'm just going slow. Whoops. Okay, and now I've got to stir around the sides. Get that off the side right there where it tried to flop out on me. Okay, now let me see. Just going to take just a tiny tap here. You see, I'm going to test it. It's lacking. Okay, I'm going to try putting another half a teaspoon, or tablespoon, I mean. You can see half a tablespoon of pickle juice. And a tap more salt. See? And we'll get that whirling. Then I'm going to use 1/4 of a cup, you see that, more mustard. See if I can scrape it out with this big old spatula here. Scrape my sides. Make sure I get all that mustard down in there. You want it incorporated really good. And if it's up on the side, it's not getting mixed. And you have to watch down in the bottom of your KitchenAid where it's got that little groove. That won't get mixed. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Okay, now I've got me another butter knife, and I'm just going to take a tiny tat off of here. Just a little tat, just to test it. Actually, I'm going to take a tiny tat to my husband and let him be a judge. Okay, we have come to an agreement that we need just a little more pickle juice. So, pickle juice, we've done added 1½ tablespoons. So, and then I think we're going to add 2 more teaspoons to that. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So, put 1 and 2. Tap more pepper. So you're going to have to just guess about your pepper, because I'm not even putting them out for that. Taste and you can tell. Swirl. Okay, I got me another butter knife. Test. I like it. I think that's about right. Okay, so now I'm going to fill my bag. I've got, if you can see, I'm using a big tip. I like my big tips. This one here I only use for cooking. This is for my deviled eggs, or I use it for cakes. I've got certain ones for cooking, certain ones for soap making, or if I do body butters, things like that. But the tip I'm going to use is only for cooking. I don't use for both. Now I'll bring you back when I get ready to. Okay, I've got my bag here, and what I do is I twist this end after I put my piping tip in it. You could use freezer bag would work really nice. You don't have to have a actual cake piping bag. Okay, now you're going to want to fill up your bag. And I've got my piping bag in the cup, and I'm putting in my deviled egg mix. I like these big old cake icing bags because they hold a lot, and I tend to make a lot of eggs whenever I do them. Okay, now I'm ready to pop them. I've got, if you can see, got my bag ready. And you don't have to pop them. You can just use a spoon. But it makes them really pretty, if you can see that. And people usually think that you bought them. What I'm going to do to those is I'm going to take a little bit of paprika. I like a little paprika. You don't have to put paprika, but I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on them. Some people like it, some don't. My bunch usually does. Not too much, and there you go. Deviled eggs are ready. I'm going to get the other ones. I've got 2 plates of them. But my bunch loves deviled eggs around here. Okay, and there we go. Now these I'm not going to put any paprika on. These will be left plain. That's for the people who might not like paprika, which I don't think I've seen any in my family that don't like it, but I'm going to do it that way anyhow. Okay, there we go. Those are done. And if you enjoyed the video, please do click that subscribe button. Hit that little bell next to it. That'll show you every time I upload. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll put the recipe that I came up with this time because I always do different amount of eggs and kind of go by taste. In the description box below. Now I do not always do just bacon. I will pre-warn you. I do upload home videos on there on my channel. I do upload creating all kinds of things. We upload 3D printing videos, making soap, making creams, knitting, just all kinds of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and happy baking. Have a great day.